Thank you so much for joining this evening our gentle flow. This is going to be a nice gentle series. It'll have a few standing poses, but we're not going to do anything too outrageous tonight. Going to take it a little bit slower. And to start with, I'm going to begin in a position that we don't normally start in, but we're going to start on the belly. So, don't think you need any props to begin. So let's just go ahead and lay all the way down. And we're going to bring the arms in front. So this is also known as crocodile pose or Makarasana. To begin in this posture, it seems pretty simple. You just lay down on your belly. But what I want you to do is think about the connection points of your body to the mat. So as we begin to even out the hips, you might rock them back and forth just a little bit. Bring awareness to the tops of your feet and make sure that your feet are pretty well flat down on the mat. Now they can be a little wider than hip distance if that makes it more stable for you. They don't have to be close together. But just make sure that the tops of your feet are also pressing down. So starting with your feet, bring your connection points from the tops of the feet, the tops of the ankles, and then maybe next place you'll feel will be the tops of the thighs. And then the two ischial tuberosities, the rounded areas of the hip and the pelvis area will be pressing down into the mat. And then the belly just can flatten out and begin to bring your head down on top of your hands. I'm going to keep mine up for just a moment so I can talk a little easier. But go ahead and bring your forehead down on the tops of your hands. And now, as you start to find your breath in this opening posture, I want you to feel that breath coming in and imagine and feel as if the breath is coming up through the earth and breathing into your body. So all of those connection points that we just brought awareness to. That the breath not only comes in through the mouth, but it is absorbed up through the feet, the thighs, the pelvis, the belly, and finally, perhaps the tops of the arms. With each breath in, fill your body with the earth's energy. See if you can pull that energy up through every pore. And as you release out, exhalation, you're sinking down further into the earth. Relax your glutes. See if you can relax your back. And just steady yourself with mindful awareness of the breath moving in and out. And as you feel those pulses, see if you can develop a deeper connection to the earth. It's almost as if your body is a part of the earth. The earth is breathing you at the same time you are breathing into the earth. It's a very powerful feeling to get in touch with this connection. So we're going to spend about a minute. Just see if you can bring this connection a little more clearer, a little more palpable into your body. Continue to breathe and feel your belly rise and fall. Relax and sink down further. Nothing except the sound and the rhythm of your breath exists in this moment. Take 3 more breaths just like this. Last breath out fully, exhale. And then start to bring your head up off of your hands. Let's go ahead and just bring the arms down by the sides. Lay all the way down here. Turn your head toward one side. Bring your ear down onto the mat. Hands are now down by your hips. Just release. Let your shoulders relax. Feel solid. One more breath here. And then go ahead and turn your head. Just face the other direction. 3 breaths on the other side. Arms out in front. We're going to stay on our belly just for a moment. We're going to bring the arms right out front. Let me move this bottle so you can see. Hands are going to stretch out in front. All right, once again, I want you to feel that connection of the tops of the thighs and the lower belly, but also taking the pubic bone now and pressing down into your mat. So you're lengthening the tailbone toward the back. You're pressing the pubic bone down. It's almost a little pelvic tilt. And then using your engagement with the abs, lift up, lift your chest up, and see if you can reach your hands off of the floor. Exhale, bring the hands down. Slide the hands behind your body. Bring them back and next to your hips. Palms can be up or down. Once again, use that core strength, the control over the abs. Press down into the pubic bone. Lift your breastbone up off of the mat so your heart is slightly lifted. And then as you engage through the core, lift up your arms and reach your fingers back towards your toes. Lengthen through your cervical spine, so your neck is lengthening forward. Your gaze is probably a couple of feet, maybe a foot or two in front of your mat. One breath here. This is half Shalabhasana, locust pose. Bring those hands down, bring the shoulders down, and relax. All right, on the next breath, we're going to see if we can lift the legs up. So we're going to leave the shoulders down, and shoulders are going to be planted. But as we inhale, once again, using core strength for stability, inhale, press down through the pubic bone and lift both feet and maybe even the thighs. But if you need the thighs to stay down, that's okay. Just lift the feet slightly and point those toes backwards. Breathe once again, just like we did in our opening posture. Feel the connection to the earth. Legs are engaged and pointing backwards. Exhale and let those legs come down. All right, come on, bring the hands forward and bring them underneath each shoulder. We're going to press up and come on up onto the forearms. Lift your right leg up and point the toe. See if you can bring that right foot up toward the back side of your body. Feel that stretch now. The front of the thigh is going to stretch. You're going to feel that hip flexor come into play. Press down through the pubic bone. Lift the heart up. Press your shoulders back toward each other. So toward the midline of the body in the back. Really press those shoulders back. Breathe here. And your option here is to pick up the right hand, reach it back, see if you can grasp the right ankle or foot. Keep rolling the right shoulder back. Press down through the pubic bone. Core is engaged. Your abs and core are doing all the work here. And if you grasp the foot, let go. Bring that right hand back down and release all the way down. Take a breath in Makarasana. Inhale, come back up. Forearms are coming back up to the mat. Elbows are just slightly ahead of the shoulders. Lift the left foot up. Feel that stretch in the left thigh. Foot is reaching toward your glutes. Take a nice deep breath in. Press your shoulders back. Lift your heart. Press down through the pubic bone. So my abs are nicely engaged underneath here. You'll feel that support mechanism really kick in if you get the core involved. Option here again, your option if you'd like to reach back with the left arm, roll that left shoulder back, grasp the ankle or the foot on the left side. One more breath. Release that left foot down, hands come down. One more breath in Makarasana, fold the arms and release the head. Just relax. One more deep breath in this opening posture. Feel that breath come up through the earth. Engage every part of your body with that breath coming through the pores. Exhale and relax. Inhale up. Bring the hands on either side of your body. Press yourself up. And let's press back to a nice sweet child's pose. Bring your torso down in between your knees. Just let the head come all the way down. Forehead can come down to the mat. And your tailbone now can reach downward. You can stretch that lower back out. Lumbar spine getting a nice stretch here. Bring in a nice full breath and let it come all the way up the length of the spine. Reach up and over your head and down, exhaling into the earth. Inhale, come on forward. Come on to all fours and we'll come into tabletop. From our tabletop, we're just going to start to rock the body around a little bit, going around the world and feeling that weight of the body transfer from hand to hand and leg to leg. So I'm not swishing or I'm not doing a belly dance with my hips. I'm keeping my spine nice and straight. Just feel your breath starting out nice and slow tonight. And then let's go in the other direction. So make those circles with the body around the other direction. So again, I'm not doing anything crazy with the body. I'm not twisting around. I'm keeping the spine nice and straight. This is a really nice reset for the back. Even in the middle of the day, sometimes that feels good. All right, come back to center. From here, we're going to pivot on the right knee. Bring the right foot off the mat to the right. Transfer the weight to the right palm. Extend the left leg down. Come into Stargazer pose. Open the heart. Lift up through the right ribs. And then bring your arm all the way up. Nice stretch here. Feel that line of energy coming all the way from left fingertips down through the shoulders and into the right palm. Lift your left leg up. Press through the heel. Exhale, bring that left leg down. See if you can open your heart a little bit more. Maybe open up and slightly look up at the ceiling. One more breath. And then from here, we're going to press ourselves up. We're going to keep that body posture the same, but we're actually just going to come up so that we end up in gate pose. Now the left leg is out off of that left hip. Turn your toes so now they're facing off the back side of the mat. Knee is now facing up. Lift your right arm up and fold over. And a nice stretch on the right ribs. Roll the right shoulder back. So wherever you are, I guarantee you're probably slightly tipping forward. I do it myself. So we all probably need to make that little correction and see if you can roll that right shoulder back a little bit more. One more deep breath here. Inhale, come back up. Right hand is going to windmill down, left arm follows. Come back down to tabletop position. Once again, around the world. Reset the spine. Let those muscles get back into their natural position. And then circle the other way. Come back to stillness. Drop the belly. Come into cow tilt. Exhale. Press up to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale fully to cat. 2 more times through. Make these breaths with this motion nice and long. Extend and elongate. See how much of your lungs you can use. One more, and then we'll come back to a neutral spine. Back into tabletop. Left foot comes off the mat to the left. Come back into Stargazer. Right leg is now extended. Open that arm up. Reach those fingers up to the sky. Nice straight line directly from your right middle finger down through the shoulders and into the left palm squarely. See if you can raise that right leg up, bringing it about hip height, and press through the heel. Little glute engagement there, little strength move. If you can, bring that right foot down and open your stargazer a little bit more so the arm just sweeps back slightly. You don't have to do a crazy back bend. I can't really go much deeper because my neck has some issues, so I don't go any deeper than this, but it helps open up under the pectoralis. And then come back to the center. We're going to rock ourselves up, use that core to lift all the way back up to gate pose. Left arm now comes up and over the ear, and then fold it over. Slide the right hand down. Gate pose, and then roll that left shoulder back. I guarantee you it needs to come back. Breathe deeply. Windmill the arms back down. We're going to bring both arms back. Come back into tabletop position. Drop the belly for cow. Exhale for cat. 2 more rounds of cat-cow. One more. Come back to a neutral tabletop position. All right, from here, we're going to take the right foot forward. We're going to slide that right foot up. Hands are placed on either side of the foot, or you can bring those blocks into play. Preparing for a low runner's lunge, curl the left toes, lift that left leg up off of the mat. Engage the core, lift the pelvis up. Lengthen through the spine. Right hand comes out into a T off the shoulder. Begin to twist your belly to the right, twisting from the inside and then eventually out. So your belly and heart twist first, hand and shoulder follow suit. Stay here for another breath. We're holding these slow and long tonight. Unwind, bring the hand back down to the mat. And from here, we're going to drop the left heel. So left foot is now pointing upward toward the upper left corner of your mat. Stay dipped into that right knee. We're going to lift up and come into warrior 2. So windmill the arms out, lift yourself up. Come into a nice warrior 2. Gaze is over your right middle finger. Lift your heart up. Let those shoulder blades drop down your back. Reach backward with the same effort that the hand is reaching forward. Feel all of the strength coming up through the outside of the left leg. Your right leg is just stabilizing. Your left leg is your strength. Left hand's going to come to the left thigh. Lift the right arm up. Let's just do one nice stretch here. Exhale, back to warrior 2. Left arm comes around. We're going to come back down to the mat. Both hands plant. Drop the left knee. Lift yourself up. Hands come to the thigh. Tailbone reaches down. Arms come up. Low crescent lunge. Exhale for a slight back bend. Your left forearm is going to come to the top of your right thigh. Right arm is going to sweep around behind. See if you can gaze over that right shoulder. Your thumb is up and your palm is facing off the mat. Inhale, sweep that one back around. Bring both down and draw the right leg back. Press back to an extended child's pose. One nice breath. Bring it all the way up the spine. And relax it down. Rock forward, come back to hands and knees. Left leg comes forward this time between the hands. Right leg lifts up, come into your low runner's lunge. Take a moment, make your adjustments. Make sure that you have your alignment and stability. And then we're going to plant the right hand on the mat or block. Left arm comes into a T off the shoulder. Twist your belly and heart to the left. When it's fully twisted, then you can go ahead and extend through the arms and fingers. Breathe deeply. One more breath. Unwind, bring that hand back down to the mat. From this low runner's lunge, drop the heel of the right foot. Stay dipped into that front knee. Engage your core, lift up strongly, come into Warrior Two. Once again, your gaze is forward, but your strength and awareness comes equally from the back side. You make that little shift and bring yourself back ever so slightly. You'll immediately feel that strength coming up through the outside of the right leg. One more breath. Drop the right hand to the right thigh, left arm reaches up. Stretch through the body. Exhale, Warrior Two. Bring both arms around and down, down to the mat. Drop the right knee. Lift up. Hands first come to the left thigh. Use those adductors like we did in the last class. Clench them together. Bring your arms up so those inner thighs, remember, there's where we get our stability. So they're reaching inward, becoming part of the core. And then if you want, you can take that slight back bend. Inhale, bring the hands back down to the mat. Left leg comes back under, press back, extended child. One more full breath here. All right, come on forward. All this, we've gone all this way and we haven't done one down dog yet, so it's about time. Let's go ahead and curl the toes and press ourselves back to Adho Mukha Savasana, downward facing dog. You can keep those knees nice and soft if you wish. We haven't stretched out the backs of the hamstrings too much, so go gentle here. But do feel that lengthened spine. Nice deep breath. Now from here, engage your abdomen, your core. Bring it up, the navel's reaching toward the spine, and we're going to roll forward into a plank pose. Drop the knees, press back, extended child. Inhale, forward to table. Exhale, lower back down onto your belly. Exhale fully. Inhale, uncurl the toes, press up, come into a nice sweet cobra. Shoulders pressing back. Exhale, release down. Inhale, up. And exhale, downward facing. We're going to go through that one more time. Inhale, roll yourself forward by bringing the belly up, come into plank. Exhale, knees down, press back, extended child. Inhale, rock forward to table. Exhale, come all the way through, down as you exhale fully. Inhale, press down through the palms and use that core to lift up, cobra. Exhale, release down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. One additional breath here, nice and stretched out. Inhale, come forward to table. Right foot is going to come forward between the hands. Lift up the left knee, low runner's lunge. From this low runner's lunge, we're going to move up into a high lunge. So make sure you feel nice and stable and that left leg is really grounded and strong. Engage your core, lift up, come all the way up into high crescent. Reach those arms up, last 3 fingers interlace, index fingers pointing up. Lift and open your heart, use that breath. Once again, inner thighs, reach toward the center. Exhale, bring the hands back down. Drop the heel of the left foot. This time we're going to come up, it's a little easier, we're going to come up to warrior one. And from warrior one, we're going to bring the weight forward, coming onto a balance on the right leg. And you can bring hands to the heart if you like. We're coming into a warrior three. So from warrior three, left leg comes down next to the right. Inhale, upward facing hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slide the hands up the shins. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms are going to reach up. Exhale, hands by your side. And come into a little bit of a balancing pose here. We're not going to take this too seriously, so don't worry about it if you don't have a strap. But we're going to try to do a little dancer. So bring your weight and bring your support into the right leg. Left leg is going to reach up, just like we did when we were laying down. That left foot is going to reach toward our backside. We're going to roll the left shoulder back and see if you can grasp that left foot. Right arm is going to stretch up. You can stay here if you wish. This is the beginning form of dancer. And this is perfectly fine if that's all the farther you want to go. If you would like, you can press that left foot away into the left arm. Bring that shoulder back even further. Right arm is reaching up. Core is engaged. And if you'd like to come forward, if you have your balance, feel free to do so. And come all the way back up, release the foot. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale fully, come halfway up. Exhale and fold. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, come to tabletop once again. Drop the belly, cow tilt. Exhale, cat stretch. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Once again. Nice and slow, fully inhabit your breath with every movement. Come back to neutral. All right, this time, right foot comes between the hands. Left leg lifts up. Coming from low runner's lunge, we're going to transition to high. So engage your core. The most important thing here is to strengthen that back leg and use that core strength to lift up. Arms are going to reach up and over. Lift up through the back of the left thigh. Interlace your fingers, Jupiter Mudra. Nice deep breath here. You got this. And this time we're going to go directly from this high crescent to warrior one. So release the hands. You can bring them down, and then you can just drop the heel of the left foot. So now you've got that stability on the left leg. Arms reach back, up. And then from warrior one, we're going to shift forward to warrior three. So just bring that weight forward. Make sure you have your stability. Somehow we ended up on the same leg, didn't we? My apologies. How did that happen? Let's go ahead and shift to the other side for warrior three. Somehow, I don't know how that worked out that way. All right, right leg comes back. I don't think that's happened to me before. Go ahead and move into a warrior three on the left leg. I know we were on the right leg last time. One more breath. Sometimes you just gotta go with it. Bring that right foot down. Release. Arms reach up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale and fold. Reach all the way up. Arms reach up and over. And then arms come back down to the side. We're going to come into that dancer pose once again. This time bring your weight into the left leg. Ground down through that leg. Feel that earth connection. Right foot reaches up. See if you can reach back. Grasp that right foot. And then left arm comes straight up. You can stay here. This is perfectly fine to stay here and just work on this as a balancing pose and rolling the shoulder open on the right side. Next variation would be to press back with the right foot. Reaching back, keep your hips square to the front. And the final variation would be to reach that left arm forward and tilt forward from the hips. One more breath. Inhale, come up. Right foot comes down. Arms are up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale deeply. Exhale, fold. Step back, downward facing dog. Let's bring those knees down. Press back to a full child's pose. Just let the arms come behind you. Forehead can come all the way down. 3 breaths here. Breathe into your body. Let the earth breathe back into you. We're going to slow it down a little bit more. So coming into our tabletop, what time we got here? We're going to take the right leg off the mat. We're just going to do a few little gentle foot pumps with the right foot. Just working on that right glute a little bit. Keeping all of these areas of the body engaged and strong. So really activate that right glute, press the foot up. Just a few more. And then bring that foot down. Press back, downward facing dog. Roll forward, come into your plank. Exhale, knees down, child's pose. Inhale, forward. Exhale, all the way down, back into our bellies. All right, from the belly, we're going to bring both arms forward, coming back into Sphinx pose. So hands are down, shoulders pressing back, heart is lifted. Press down through the lower belly. Engage the core. Over and over I say this because it's so important to take the strain off of the shoulders. What we don't want to do is dump into the shoulders and have this occurring where you're collapsing, creating all kinds of problems with your neck. So you press down and up. One more breath. And then we're going to move into cat pulling its own tail. So I'd like you to roll over to your right side. Cradle your head with your right arm. Bend the right knee. Left leg is going to extend out. So your left leg is extending off of the hip. And then you're going to slide that right knee down. The leg is still bent on the left side. On the right side. So the right knee is now pointing down toward the end of the mat. I'm going to take my left shoulder. There's a lot of direction here. The left shoulder is going to reach back, and we're going to grasp the right foot with the left hand. So my head is still cradled. I'm still supported at the top side. And as you're ready, you can let that head come down if you wish. You can roll over onto the back and really open up that left shoulder that much more. And just breathe here. This is working so many different parts of the body. I'm just going to feel this in every different direction, but hopefully in a good way. If you feel anything that's painful, please come back to the start. Find a different variation that works for you. Yoga is never to pain, but only to a deep engagement in the body. Two more breaths here. Release that hand, release the foot, slide the left leg back, up under, roll back to your belly, and come back to Sphinx pose. Lift up, stretch. 3 breaths here. Roll over to your left side, same thing. Head is cradled in by the left hand. Bend the left knee. Right leg reaches out and it's coming perpendicular off the body. And then we're going to slide that lower knee. The left knee is going to come down and point toward the end of the mat. So if you can see my leg, you can see that it's pointing. Knee is still bent. Roll the right shoulder open back. Reach around. See if you can grasp that right foot. If you can't grasp it, just reach toward it. And if you do make that connection, then you can open that right shoulder even more fully. Maybe even roll onto your upper back. And then just marinate in this pose for a few moments. Cat pulling its own tail. turn back over. Come back to your belly. And this time press up. We're going to swing the legs around. And I'm going to suggest bring a couple of blocks with you. If you have a blanket available, ordinarily we might use a bolster for this, but since I didn't prep everybody to have bolsters, if you have a bolster and you want to lay it on the thighs, feel free to do so. But if you don't have a bolster, I want to show you this way because with the blocks it's still the same type of thing. We're coming into a restorative caterpillar. I told you we'd end with a couple of restorative poses. So we did cat pulling its tail, and we can also do caterpillar. So again, bolster on the thighs, or you can use 2 stacked blocks. So coming into elongated seat, we're just going to roll forward. I'm going to gently grab around that blanket and let the head come all the way down, and just release and relax. To let go. Feel that your head is completely supported. Allow the breath to go up and down the back. Release through the neck. Feel as if the earth is breathing through you one more time. Spine, one vertebra at a time, walking up the staircase of the spine. A nice breath when you come to the top. Remove the supports here. And I have one more supportive or restorative supported position for us before we completely finish. So we're going to lay all the way down, but do bring your block with you and the blanket. Hopefully you have both. And we're going to bring that block right up underneath the sacrum with a blanket on top. So you're probably going to want to use the block in its shortest form, rather than stacked on one of the taller ends. is you want to bring this support right underneath the flat part of the lower back. So there's a little triangular bone there called the sacrum. And when your support is on the sacrum, it's usually going to feel okay. It's not going to press your spine any one direction or another too intensely. So if this doesn't work, you can take the block out and simply use a blanket underneath. So this is a little bit more height. If that's too much, take the block out entirely and just maybe bring your hips on top of the blanket. So I'm going to bring my hands down by the side, palms are down on the mat. And then we're just going to try extending one leg at a time. So let's go ahead and extend the right leg down. Keep the left leg bent for now. And just breathe into this supported Setupandasana, supported bridge pose. See if you can allow your body to release through that right hip flexor. So that long muscle that connects the tops of the thighs all the way into the hips and around to the lower back. That is your psoas, also known as the hip flexor. All the sitting that we do, this gets extremely tight. So we're just going to give it a few moments here to see if we can relax and release. The right foot back, and let's try extending through the left leg. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Slide the left leg up. Press down into the soles of the feet. Slide the support out from underneath the hips. Slowly let them descend down to the mat. Just pause here in a neutral position. Resist the urge to do anything else just now. Full breaths just like this. And if you wish, you can roll those knees into the chest. Hug your knees into the chest. Rock back and forth if that feels good.
in Shavasana. So use this time to create whatever shape of the body you seem to want or need. Using the bolster, maybe you can make legs up the bolster. Get creative here. Or you can just lay completely out in a traditional Shavasana pose. Wherever you end up, see if you can bring your mind's eye back to that connection to the earth. And visualize your breath being the same as the earth's breath. Breathing you, holding you, securing you. close practice. Let's slowly lift the arms up, reach the palms toward the heavens, the source of all life, energy. Bring hands down to the heart center, to the center of our own spiritual being. The light in me is honored and grateful for the light within me. Thank you so much for practicing this evening. Om Shanti and Namaste.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.